From the Intellifluence headquarters in sunny Scottsdale, Arizona, this is the Intellifluence Influencer Spotlight. In each episode, we sit down with an influencer from our network and we discuss their background as well as their unique approach to influencer marketing. Stephanie Conroy is a mother of 4 and the creator of Steph's Life, a blog that follows the daily life of what she describes as a typical American family, just a little bigger. Stephanie has partnered with her children to create product reviews, and 3 out of the 4 have their own YouTube channels. Stephanie and her family love good food, new friends, adventures, and animals. She says there is so much love in her home, and that keeps her going. Great, well let's get started. So on your blog, you describe your life as slightly off-center, way off balance. So can you tell us how you got your start as a blogger and describe your approach?
I think it was whenever I was trying to get the word out about, I have 2 children with autism. My son Sam kind of wanted to explain what it was like to have a meltdown. He had had one in the middle of eating in a Mexican food restaurant. So we filmed after the meltdown. He was trying to talk and he was trying to explain to me what was happening and what was going on in his mind. So we started a page called Sam's Voice, which we don't do anymore because he kind of feels like he outgrew it. But then I started trying to get people to have more knowledge about, like meltdowns and things like that. And I started a blog and started to talk about, there were resources in it for people who were in my area. And then I just think that from there, since he's doing a lot better than he was at that time, and that since we've grown, we've just hit different areas. But that's where we started, was with autism and awareness and the meltdown. And he doesn't have those anymore, which is awesome.
That's great. That is great.
Yeah.
So how did you get started in influencer marketing? When did you kind of branch off?
I don't know how that happened. I got contacted by someone. They asked me if I could help them sell Blue Apron, I think it was, the meal kit. And they said if I sold these Blue Apron meal kits that I would get a certain percentage of the sale. And I thought, that doesn't sound right. I didn't know who they were. And so I just said, okay, sure, whatever. And I signed a contract for it. And I thought forever that it was going to be some kind of scam, but I had no idea people did this. And it was like 2 years ago. So then I started getting more offers and things like that. But until then, I had no idea that this is even a thing, I had no idea, but it's really cool.
And I also noticed on your Pinterest that you have a lot of do-it-yourself pins for arts and crafts. So have you always been interested in crafting, or has that kind of been more something now because you have kids and it's something they like to do?
We started making, years ago, we started making soap and candles, and then we sold them. And then we kind of quit doing that because, it's a lot of work. So that's something that we do for fun. We'll occasionally, like if Christmas is coming up, I'll make soap or candles for people and things like that. But we started doing, we just started painting, and we've made a lot of different things with crafts. We started baking and making like rainbow cakes and things like that, which are in the blog. And so we've tried to incorporate that into the social media as well.
I actually like that you brought up the different types of arts and crafts, the whole baking and making candles. Because what's your favorite to do out of all of that? Because it can be like making pottery.
I love baking, and this time of the year is the best. We have over here, we have a pumpkin that I'm going to carve, and in the kitchen we have a pumpkin that we're going to bake. So there's like so many different things that you can do, but there's so many scents and so many colors and things that go with this time of year that, it's really exciting. You can come up with all different kinds of ideas from just a pumpkin. It's pretty amazing.
I feel like that pumpkin spice, they keep rolling it back and rolling it back a little bit more. It's almost like in July, and here in Arizona when we're still in t-shirts.
I know. We got ours we got this one pumpkin that's over here last month. I mean, we started early too. I don't know, there's such a hype about it and everybody gets excited, and it's still hot outside.
No, it's still fun. Yeah.
It is so fun. It's my favorite time of year. We love Halloween here. We have, I think he's behind me that side, there's the skull in the cemetery thing. We love Halloween in this house. It's just our favorite time of year.
So can you describe a favorite brand partnership you've had?
I've had Yes, I really liked, my favorite was the Blue Apron one because it was my first one and because it opened my eyes that this is actually a thing that people do. That is definitely my favorite.
Have you had any odd ones? Because sometimes influencers get requests from brands that are a little unconventional because it's obvious the brand hasn't done their due diligence and read the profile and everything like that.
I've gotten some really odd ones. I've gotten people that ask me to do an ad for sex toys, and I'm like, no, people, I don't want to do that. But yes, they send me requests. No, that's not, I'm pretty family oriented.
I have no words. And also, what's your favorite social platform to use? Like I say for Pinterest, you have a lot of arts and crafts, and then you have your blog. So do you like something more visual centric like Instagram, or where you can write a lot on Twitter with your tweets?
I love Twitter because you can say whatever you want to say. And I was one of the dumb people. I didn't realize that most people on Twitter don't use their real name. So I come out here and I have my real name and I started saying just off the wall stuff. And then I had never really thought about it, but then I started noticing, like these people, not one of them use their real name. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun that you could say, whatever you think of off of the top of your head and people respond to it. It's kind of crazy. I had, within my first month on Twitter, I had 2,000 followers and I don't know how that happened.
Wow.
I know. At the time I was going through a divorce and I was just saying just crazy things and, they were all humorous, but it was things that you could relate to about becoming divorced. And, that was the first real big flow of followers, was the first month.
Okay, yeah, relatability goes a long way for sure. Where do you see influencer marketing in 5 years or so, and also how it pertains to your personal brand? Like, what are some of your goals?
What I see a lot, there's some negative things that I see. The negative things that I see are the really young people. Mostly on Instagram, it's really young people and they'll take jobs for $5. And I think that it drives down, I've noticed people offer me, they say, will you do a shout out for me? And they want to pay $5 or something like that. And a few years back, just 2 or 3 years back, people were offering to pay a lot more. And there's a lot of that going on where people are, it has completely driven down the cost or the amount of money that we get. But I've seen some positive things too. I mean, you have a huge number of people that you can reach, and if you can find a way to do it in a positive way or in a positive light, then there's that too. So I'm not sure exactly where it's going, but it seems pretty exciting. It's just constantly changing. It seems like it's constantly changing. And what I wonder is all of these young people who have they have like 100,000 followers or whatever, and they're so young.
Do you have any other questions for Stephanie?
I can only think of, have you ever thought about using influencer marketing to help sell like your candles or anything you create?
I've tried to sell some things online, and I used to make a lot of jewelry too. That was one thing. That was one of my phases. I go through these phases, and I did do that. I did sell some things online. And I'll probably go back to using the influencer market or the platform in different ways to sell things. If you go back probably a couple of years in the blog, I probably was selling things on there. I know I've done it on Twitter, promoted something, and I'll probably do it again, yes. I think it's a good platform to have for that kind of thing.
Want to join Intellifluence as an influencer for free? It's easy. Visit Intellifluence.com, click on the influencers link, and then click on the Join for Free button to sign up. Once you have registered, you will get immediate access to our influencer marketplace where you can browse relevant offers from brands and apply on the spot. You'll also be eligible to receive attractive product and service pitches from brands. There's absolutely no cost to join as an influencer, so we hope you take advantage of our service. Also, be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and well, you know the drill. Until our next episode, keep being awesome.